before we get into product, I thought it might be fun to talk real quick about American Metalcraft, the early days, when the company started back in the mid 1940s. I found these old photos, so I wanted to kind of share them. It's pretty wild to see these trade shows from the 50s and the 60s there. But American Metalcraft, third generation family owned business, Chicago, Illinois. Started out actually making hubcaps for the Tucker torpedo automobile back in the mid 40s. That was a car company that lasted for about 2 years before it folded. And right around that time, a local food service distributor approached American Metalcraft to see if we could make pizza pans. Believe it or not, spinning hubcaps and spinning pizza pans is the same manufacturing process, so it wasn't really a far leap to transition into pizza pans. Outside Chicago, deep dish pizza, it kind of all just made sense. And then shortly thereafter, we got into stainless steel plate covers, and for the next several decades, that's primarily what American Metalcraft sold, was pizza pans, pizza supplies, and plate covers. And then the last 25 or so years, we have gotten into the product categories that you know us more for today, which is buffet and display and kitchen supplies, bar supplies, tabletop, that sort of thing. So we've been doing pizza though the longest since the mid 1940s. Just an overview of some of the pans and supplies that we do offer, and I don't really need to read all these to you, but we can take care of everything from dough preparation. It's all about the dough with pizza, right? So whether you're going to have your dough boxes, we've got screens, discs, peels, separators. We've got shakers, turners, pizza knives, cutting mats. We even have bubble poppers. I mean, you name it. We have just a plethora of pizza supplies. Anything that your customer needs, they're going to find it in that section of the catalog. So I just kind of, again, urge you to flip through it, familiarize yourself, and we can pretty much solve most problems that any of your pizza operators are going to have. Talking about some of the new products that just came out, the Loft collection is one of my favorites. This is our kind of high-end pizza service, if you will. Consists of acacia wood serving boards. You can see there they display the pizza on the table very nicely. Now these are meant for display only. So you'd pull the pie out of the oven, you'd slide it on the other peel that you have, you'd cut it up, and then you'd slide it onto this board for service to the table. It is real wood, so it is hand wash only. I know that's a deterrent sometimes with folks, but all of our pizza pans and supplies are typically aluminum anyway, so they're already or should already be hand washing them. The real wood boards, they come in 10, 12, 14, and 16-inch diameters. There's a rim on them, which give it a real modern, sleek design. And you don't just have to use these for pizza. Obviously, they make a great charcuterie board, a service of really any type of real wood board. They really do create a nice presentation. Along with the boards, we've got a new rubberized hairpin stand, which is the top left picture there. Pretty cool design. Not only that, it's got a rubberized coating on it, so it's not going to slide around on the tabletop. And then whatever tray or pan you happen to put on top of it, if it is aluminum, which is more likely to slide around, it won't with these rubberized stands. And then the lower picture is a very cool kind of like rustic iron industrialized stand, which kind of creates a great presentation as well. All these are 7 inches high. The rustic stand is 9 inches in diameter, and again, just adds to a really cool presentation.
Hey, Mark, real quick, could you go over your American Metalcraft sample policy?
Sure. Yeah, I was going to touch on that at the end, but absolutely. We set American Metalcraft sample policy is very liberal, right? So we understand that you need to get the product into the hands of the customer for them to touch and feel and plate it and put it in the environment in which it's ultimately going to be used. So $75 list price or less, we will send free samples all day long. If it's over $75, you reach out to me, you reach out to Ashley, your rep, wherever you're at. Talk about the opportunity real quick, qualify it, and we most likely send the sample out free of charge anyway. Unless, of course, you're trying to get like a $400 Schaefer or something like that, then we probably have a little bit of a problem. But again, we understand about the samples, and we urge you to request them all day long. It's going to help with the sale each and every time. With every sample that we do send out, we also send a full line catalog as well as our new product supplement catalog. So it's another way to get that product in front of the customer. The catalog is a great tool. We've heard positive things about sending that along with all of the samples. It really just allows the person to flip through, and you can be hard pressed to not find additional items that you're going to want to, ultimately look at and or sample. Continuing with the loft collection, here are some of the accessories that are all acacia wood as well, just like the last pieces that we showed you. You've got a pizza turner and a pizza cutter with the acacia wood handles, as well as the wood shaker caddy that you can see there on the top. And this is a pretty cool piece. It's a knockdown design, so the handle there screws into the base. It allows for most of our 6 and 12-inch shakers. You can also use it standalone, as you can see on the picture on the right, if you just wanted to put the loose spices in there as well. So it's a pretty cool, complete look from the boards to the cutters and the servers to the shakers. So again, everything is hand wash only because it is real wood product. Another new, pretty neat on-trend product here is our geometric pizza stands. These guys are available in 3 different color options. They're gold, black, and stainless. The gold and black would need to be hand wash only. The stainless you could certainly throw in the dish machine, but I'm not sure you really need to wash these guys all that often anyway. 7-inch diameter, so it can handle, a variety of diameter plates and serving trays by 7 inches high. They pair very nicely with most of our boards and most of our peels that are out there for serving purposes. Shaker caddy attachments. This is a pretty cool item that kind of flies under the radar. This came out earlier this year. It allows for easy transport of the shaker. So what it does, it attaches to a variety of different American Metalcraft stands. They snap into place. It allows the server to be able to bring it all to the table at once. And it also, more importantly, kind of clears up space on the tabletop. You're getting everything underneath the actual tray, so you're allowing for more space for people to move about the table, more or less. So there's a triangular design, there's a rectangular design. They are stainless steel, so they are dishwasher safe, and they fit most of our shakers as well. Square wide rim pan. So this is kind of an offshoot of one of our most popular pans, which is our TP pan, just in a square version with a wide rim, as you can see there. Available in 4 different size options, 10-inch all the way up to 16-inch. It's a heavy-duty 18-gauge aluminum. Again, it is aluminum, so you're going to have to hand wash only, much like most of the pizza pans. And not only is this great for just pizza service, you can also use it as a tray, like people are using with 1/8-inch sheet pans. They're using those in lieu of plates these days. This is a great option for that, and certainly a more cost-effective option. So that was the new product. So now I'm going to kind of just dive into just the general pizza items that we've had available, again, for a very long time. We've been doing this again since the 1940s, so we've amassed quite a bit of products. So we have over 3,000 made-to-order pizza pans are available, right? So we obviously can't keep stock in all of those SKUs. So chances are when you order a pizza pan, it's going to be made to order per your specific customer's request. For that reason, also, the made-to-order pans are non-returnable. So if there's an issue with a misorder, sometimes we can take them back, sometimes we can. It all depends. You'll have to call and we'll have a conversation. But just be aware of that little tidbit. And also because they are made to order, there's a 24-piece minimum on all pizza pan orders, which again isn't very much. Like I said earlier, everything's manufactured outside of Chicago, Illinois, in Franklin Park, which is right near O'Hare. If you guys are familiar with Chicago at all, 3rd-generation family owned. They've been making pizza pans for a very long time. Couple different gauges that we use to make our pans: 18-gauge and 14-gauge aluminum. We've got tin plate pans, hard coat pans, car pans, and we're going to get into all these as we go on. I just kind of wanted to show you the different types of options that are available to you. We even have specialty pans like the heart-shaped pizza pan you see down there in the lower left. Granted, that's only popular for about 1 month out of the year, but my isn't popular for that month. So finding the right pan. So it's all about what type of pizza that your operator is making, whether it's New York style, Sicilian, deep dish, Detroit, New Haven. There's a lot of different styles of pizza out there these days, and it all depends upon the right type of pan, getting it to cook to the absolute perfection of whatever the operator is looking for. And the good thing with pizza, these established guys know what they want, so they're not really trying to reinvent the wheel very much. They're just looking for what works best for their particular pizza. And again, chances are we can help them out there.
Hey, Mark, quick question for you, Mark. I can't let this go. It's bothering me. I know
Okay.
Chicago and New York. What is a New Haven pizza?
You know what, Tony? I didn't find this out until I had to do a pizza presentation during COVID when we were trying to just stay relevant and we were diving in and making little webinars based on product categories and stuff. I guess a New Haven is like a Neapolitan pizza, so it's rectangular and or square and a shallow rim pan, so like an inch and a half rim around it, and it kind of burns it a little bit. It cooks it to where it kind of browns or even burns the crust a little bit. I've never had one personally.
Yeah,
So
I'll pass. Thank you. Sorry.
yeah, I don't know. But it's a whole thing apparently, and they're pretty fanatical about it, much like New York and Chicago too, apparently. So we use aluminum, as do most folks for pizza pans, and the reason for that is it's an excellent conductor of heat too. It's also a softer type of metal, and it does require to be hand washed or it will rust pretty quickly. We've got again 18 and 14 gauge aluminum. Seasoning is required on all of our pizza pans. So what that entails is basically you just put some oil on the pan, brush it out evenly, and then you heat your oven to your desired temperature, in which you bake most of your pies anyway, and then you cook it for the same amount of time that you would cook your pan or cook your pie, and then the pan is considered seasoned, which basically makes it non-slip and easier to clean once you're done. Hard coat anodized is the darker pans that you see out there, and we're not going to get into the process here, but it's a synergistic electrochemical process that it's run through. Right, we're not going to get into the science of that because I don't even know it, but it makes the pan appear dark and or black. So what that does, it's going to heat up even faster and cook even quicker, and it's going to crisp the crust better than a standard aluminum pan. If you think about it, if you wear a black shirt outside and I wear a white shirt outside, your black shirt's going to heat up faster than my white shirt, and you're going to get hotter, more or less. So same concept with the hard coat anodized pans. You still need to season them in order to make them non-stick, but these are pretty good way to kind of just cook quickly and crisp the crust to the desired crispiness, I guess. Tin plate pans, not a huge seller for us, but they are out there. They're in the catalog, and this is a poor man's hard coat. That hard coat process has to go out to a third party to be run through again the process. So these do not. This is just tin plate on steel, 22 gauge. They're heavy duty, but they're a lot less expensive than the hard coat because of one less process that has to be used in the manufacturing. But these guys, they require a lot more care. They will rust pretty much immediately if they're not washed and dried quickly. Again, you got to season them also. So that is just another option out there if price seems to be an issue with somebody that's looking for a hard coat. Then you got the nibs, perfs, and super perfs, which are all fun words to say. All of these are just different ways for allowing airflow underneath the pizza in varying degrees of that airflow. So you got the nibs, which is the bottom picture with the piece of pizza on it. It kind of raises the pizza up 1/8 of an inch off of the surface, allowing for airflow and slightly crisper crust. You have a perf or a perforated pan, which is top right. So you can see there's holes that are punched into the actual pan. We've got presses at the facility that just giant machines that just stamp holes in these items to make the perf. So that's going to allow for even more airflow than the nibs. Each of those holes is 3/8 inches in diameter. Not that anybody needs to remember that. But then you have the super perf pan, which is next to it, which is twice as many holes as the perf, and again, just maximum amount of airflow, right, to crisp the crust. That's hard to say. Pizza screens, again, if you're looking for maximum airflow for inexpensive options, screens are going to be the way to go. Bottom picture there has a variety of different diameters, most of them round, some rectangular and square screen options. This allows for the most airflow. These are very inexpensive, so you will have to replace these often. So a lot of people like to gravitate towards maybe a mega screen, which is certainly a lot thicker than the standard screens. And pans obviously are going to be a better way to go too. But for those people that are running through a conveyor, looking for just massive amounts of pizza turnaround, screens are an option. All right, so some of the new hard coat additions. So you got the Sicilian style. These guys came out a couple of years ago, so these aren't brand new, but these are not manufactured in American Metalcraft. We are bringing these in. They're already hard coated, so they don't have to go through the process. But you have a Sicilian style, which is similar to the New Haven, right? So it's square and rectangular, 1 inch deep. They nest for easy storage. There's 7 different sizes available. You have the long pans, which is top right. So that's a fun way to serve some sort of family style appetizer. Smaller pizza is just, a fun way to kind of do pizza, I guess. So you can crisp the crust on 2 to 3 sides, and there's 3 different sizes available. I've heard about people even, cooking their wings and then throwing them in one of these pans, finishing them off in the oven, and then serving the whole pan to the table. Something a little bit different, certainly. And a lot of these things, we talk to people that go certainly outside the box by creativity, and do a lot of different things with our product, not just what they're intended or we think they're intended for. So it's always fun to talk to a chef and kind of see what they're doing. And then the Detroit style pizza pan, the bottom picture, again, 2 3/8 inches deep, rectangular and square. I have not had a Detroit style pizza either. I hear they're delicious, a buttery crust, crisps nicely. It's cooked in the hard coat. So again, it gets really crisp with all the butter that apparently they use in the Detroit style pan. And then the essential accessories. So again, we can deal with everything from prepping the dough all the way up to serving the pizza to the table and everything in between. So if you're talking to anybody who's anybody in the pizza business, they're going to tell you it's all about the dough, right? The pizza, when it's cooked, doesn't matter. You have to do the dough right in the beginning, or the pizza at the end is going to be junk, right? So we've got the dough pans and the dough boxes and a variety of different options. We've got anodized aluminum, we've got ABS plastic, so we can handle the dough, and then we've got the tools to kind of grind it out to the desired thickness. So you got your rolling pins and your scrapers, your dockers to allow airflow so that no bubbles form. But again, if you do have bubbles, we've got bubble poppers and all kinds of fun accessories. The dockers that we do have are cast aluminum. We've got heavy duty plastic options, a variety of different price points, so everybody can be happy. And then we have pizza peels, not only for putting the pizza in the oven and pulling it out, but we have all wood peels, which people like to actually make the pizza on when they're kneading the dough. You throw some cornstarch on the wood peel, you spread the pizza out, then you slide it in the oven, and then you take it out of the oven with one of the aluminum peels, which is just a little bit easier to slide underneath the pizza as it's in the oven. And we just had a new product development meeting yesterday, looking at the new products coming out next year, and we've got some pretty cool perforated aluminum round pizza peels, which are going to be used more for moving pizzas around in the oven. So if you're using the wood-fired ovens, you have to kind of move the pizzas around, and these peels are specifically designed for that. So that'll be something new coming out in January. Sticking with the essentials, so we've got the pizza rack. So when you're done prepping the pizza or making it before it goes into the oven, you can throw it on the pizza rack. You can see there's a picture in the top right. Also a great way to store the pizzas as they come out, and they're not laying all over the place. We've got a wide variety to hold any size pan, and there's self-standing or wall mount options available to you as well. So you pull the pizza out of the oven. We've got cutting mats to help you cut the perfect slice. They're non-stick, NSF approved, USDA listed materials. We've got pizza cutters, pizza knives, rocker knives, all variety of different materials, wood, plastic, aluminum handles. We've got stainless steel wheels and blades on all of the knives. We've got a variety of servers as well. Again, just across the board with whatever your customer might need. Wood and plastic are all stainless steel serving blades. We've got perforated options. We even have a server that's got a cheese grater on it built into it as well. So you can not only serve it, you can grate the cheese right onto the pizza. And then delivery to the table. We've got all the different types of pizza stands. We've got dozens of options here. We keep adding to this, as we talked about with the loft collection in the beginning. Just a wide variety. What we're doing now, we talked about the rubberized stand. We're adding additional, our standard pizza stands available now with that rubberized coating because it's been a wild success. Everybody likes that. It just prevents a lot of mishaps from happening on the table. Serving peels, we've got short handled options. We've got pressed wood options. These make great service pieces. Not necessarily, again, you're not going to put these into the oven to move the pizza around. You're going to slide it out, cut it, and then serve on these items. And they really do make a great presentation. All sorts of different types of wood options for you. And then not too long ago, we introduced the melamine serving plates, which are just standard white plates that you can see in the top left up there. 10 through 18-inch diameter. The 16, the 18-inch can even be used to serve the actual pizza to the table because they're certainly large enough. And it's melamine, so it's obviously versatile, very durable, and dishwasher safe. And then to top off your pizza, we've got all the shakers you might be interested in. You got glass, plastic, and stainless options for all your different spices, whether it be red pepper flakes, Parmesan, oregano, available in different, classic, vintage, and contemporary designs.